everyone. The topic of today's lecture is measurement and evaluation in education. And in this topic, I am going to discuss about the meaning of education, meaning of measurement and meaning of evaluation. And then we will see how the measurement and evaluation concept works in the field of education. So for this, we will first of all discuss about the meaning of education. As you can see in this presentation that the word education has originated from the Latin word educium, which means to lead forth or to come out. And by educating an individual, we attempt to give him desirable knowledge, understanding, skills, interest, attitudes, values, and critical thinking. And these all are the things which are required for making a successful personality of any student. So in the process of education, the development of a person is done. Now, moving towards the meaning of measurement. The measurement means the description of data in terms of number. It is used with physical quantities as well as abstract concepts. And here you can see the SI unit of some physical quantities that are measured. So the most common example is kilogram, in which we measure the weight, the meter for the distance, second for time, ampere for electric current, Kelvin for temperature, and mole for quantity of things. So in this way we measure the physical quantities. Here we quantify the objects or the qualities of an object. Now moving towards the meaning of educational measurement. As you have seen that measurement is quantifying something, here also in the field of educational measurement we quantify the achievement of students or any attribute which is found in a person that has to be measured to draw some results. And also we can say that educational measurement is the process of quantifying how much does learner learn. It may be applied for quantifying quality, ability, skills, knowledge, and other attributes of students in the process of education. So in simple words, we can say that application of measurement in the field of education is termed as educational measurement. And also in education, measurement is used by teachers to determine the strengths, weaknesses, progress, difficulties, and needs of the students after teaching them. Without knowing all these things, no teacher can plan the further activities in the classroom. For any other activity or for further development of students, the teachers need to know all these things. So educational measurement helps the teacher in knowing the strengths, the difficulties, the weaknesses of the students. And for this, some tools are used in the educational measurement. Moving towards the definitions of educational measurement, the definition of Richard H. Lindemann says that measurement may be defined as the assignment of one of a set of numbers to each of a set of persons of objects according to certain established rules. Whereas S.S. Stevens says that measurement is the process of assigning numbers to objects according to certain agreed rules. So by the definitions of Lindemann and Stevens, we can arrive at the simple definition that in the process of measurement, the numbers are assigned to some objects, and this process is done according to certain agreed rules. We cannot do it in our own manner. There are certain agreed rules according to which we have to assign numbers. For example, if we are measuring length, then we have to use the meter scale, and then we will say 3 meters, 4 meters or 5 meters. So here we are quantifying the length by using the meter. Also Here you can see the example of measurement of gender, how it is done in the field of education. You can see some names in which some are male members and some are female, and these are categorized in two broad categories, male and female. All these names have been grouped, and you can see that the names Amit, Akshay, Saransh and Abhijit are the male, and the names Roma, Pooja and Mai, these are female. So this is the simplest type of measurement where the names have been categorized into two categories. And moving towards the educational measurement, we can see these examples where the students have assigned some marks in the test of 80 marks, and you can see that students have got 79, 65, 67, 55, 50, 40, 34 and 30 marks respectively, and their names have been matched with the help of the arrow to their marks. In the same manner, when we teach in the class, then after classroom teaching, we take the test of students to know their progress, to know their strengths and also to know their weaknesses. This is the major form of educational measurement. Also, intelligence, aptitude, attitude, all these things are measured. Now, next one is the measurement of shapes. You can see that different shapes have been assigned a symbol C, S and T. C is the circle, S is square and T is triangle. So they have been assigned a symbol on the basis of an agreed rule that similar type of images will be placed in similar type of groups. So these were the examples of educational measurement. Moving towards the evaluation. What is evaluation? Now, in measurement, we have seen that it is the process of quantifying the data. After quantification, we need to know what is the significance of that measurement that we have done. So, in the process of evaluation, we can say that assignment of symbols to the phenomena in order to characterize the worth or value of a phenomena, usually with reference to some social, cultural or scientific standard. For example, in the previous example, we have seen the measurement of educational achievement, where we assign some marks, and when we will convert it into the form of evaluation, there will be 5 grades, that is outstanding, excellent, very good, average and below average. So if we are giving 100 marks test, then we can categorize first 20 marks below average, 40 marks average, 60 marks very good, 80 marks excellent, and if a student scores the 100, then it will be outstanding. So this is the norm according to which the evaluation will be done. So evaluation is done after the measurement. And now this is the concept of evaluation. First of all, the educational objectives are decided according to which the learning activities are carried on in the classroom. The activities are never planned without any objective. First of all, objectives are decided and then the learning activities are planned and carried out. After the learning activities are completed, there are some behavioral changes in the students that are to be achieved with the help of educational objectives. So, how much behavioral change has taken place? We see this with the help of evaluation. If evaluation is not done, then we cannot know what is the progress of a student or how much educational objectives has been achieved by the help of learning activities. So, in concept of evaluation, the evaluation process is carried on with the help of educational objectives which are translated in the classroom by the help of learning activities. Then the behavioral changes are judged, that how much behavioral changes has taken place according to the educational objectives. And in terms of definition, the definition of Anand Dandekar says that evaluation may be defined as a systematic process of determining the extent to which educational objectives are achieved by the pupils. And the definition of Reimers and Gage says that evaluation assumes a purpose or an idea of what is good or desirable from the standpoint of the individual or society or both. So, also, if we tell about the marks only, then other person cannot say or cannot derive any conclusion about the person in case of marks. And for example, if a person or a student tells only I have got 80 marks, then the second question arises that in how much marks that he has scored the 80 marks. If it is 80 out of 80, then it is outstanding, and if it is 80 out of 100, then it is not outstanding, but it is somewhat good achievement. And the functions of measurement and evaluation. Now we have seen about the concept of measurement and evaluation, how it is done in the field of education. In this section we will see what are the functions of measurement and evaluation in the field of education. The first may be defined as or may be categorized as the educational functions, and here we can see that three important things. First one, feedback; second, motivation; and overlearning. These three are done with the help of measurement and evaluation. Feedback to students and teachers is provided with the help of measurement, that how much students have learned and what is the lacuna, what is to be done. Motivation is given to students that they can do better on the basis of their marks, by seeing their marks. And overlearning is to read again and again for a long time, retention of the subject matter. So all these functions are done with the help of measurement and evaluation. And the second function may be categorized as administrative functions. In these functions, the quality control, research, classification and placement, selection and certification all are done. And lastly, the guidance functions are there. The educational and vocational guidance is done with the help of educational measurement and evaluation. For this, IQ, educational achievement, personality, attitude, aptitude, interest, values, all these are judged by the process of measurement and evaluation with the help of certain tools. The tools may be the questionnaires, checklist, the test, oral, it may be an oral test or a performance test, personality test, aptitude scales and interest inventories. All these are used for the measurement of the attributes which are mentioned here. So the educational and vocational guidance is done on the basis of the results which are gained by the measurement and evaluation of these traits. So this was all about the measurement and evaluation in education. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Thanks.